Yes, guys, welcome back again, Teller TV. Welcome back to another video that's going to be a bit of a rant again. So apologies if that's not the type of thing you like, but it's something I thought I'd make a video on, just because it's, as you can see from the table, it's about the Saudi Pro League. It's kind of just going to be a rant on more on the players who go to the Saudi Pro League more than the Saudi Pro League itself, because obviously they're trying to build it up as a big league. You know, they're trying to build it and make it a big kind of league and make it a competitive one. You know, trying to make it, I guess, a top five in the world. Obviously not in Europe, but yeah, trying to make it as big as maybe the top five leagues, top five European leagues. Yeah, they're trying to do that. Again, not much, and there's no issue with it. Again, like any kind of league could do that in the world, can try and build themselves up to make it good. But you know, the way they kind of do it, and mainly the way they get the players over and everything, is just what a big issue I have, and more so with the players. This is what more it's about. It's about the players that I have an issue with that go over to Saudi, and more specifically younger players, because I think older players have a little bit of a bias in the fact that if you know they're old enough that to their time of close to retiring and they go over to the Saudi Pro League and retire there, it's not so bad. It's still a little bit still I still find it a bit shit, because all it is, they're just going to league, they're just going here just to get a massive paycheck before they retire, instead of going, like, you know, to a boyhood club, a childhood club, whatever it may be, and retire there. They're coming over and just to retire here just because it gets them a lot of money. And you know, it just doesn't feel great, because one, they already have a lot anyway, and it's not, I don't have a problem with how much footballers earn and stuff. It's fair enough, but it's the fact that they then seem to be losing their passion for football, and just coming over here just because it's easier. It's an easier league. You know, a lot of the players who aren't like ex-Premier League and players who are in Europe are all shit. Like they're not good. They're not good players. They're like semi-pro level. They're not good at all. And you know, the only teams really, only like maybe 4 teams in it that people have heard of because of players going there and are kind of challenge for a title each year, which, you know, at least it makes it a little bit competitive compared to, to be compared to some leagues, to be fair. But I think a big issue I have is when young players go over to the Saudi Pro League, because, and one example I'll bring up immediately is John Duran going over there. You see, he's at Villa, he's playing really well at Villa and everything. And you know, some of the things, there might be things that go on behind the scene that we don't know about, but I'll only speak on what I can see that is happening. And he goes over there because it's a big paycheck. There's a big paycheck for him. It's an easy league. He's probably done really well there. I'm not really sure. I don't really keep up with it because I don't really care about it that much. But yeah, he's gone over there just to get a big paycheck, and he's a young player. He could have played his time at Villa for however long he wanted. He could have earned himself a big move somewhere. It's just that it just seems like that some of the players don't have any passion for football, that they don't want to go on and have a good career. They don't want to go on and have a career that might be remembered. Like, it seems really weird. Because to me, is like, if you know, a lot of people's dreams probably that do play football and you know, watch football and everything. Some people's at a young age would have loved to be a footballer. You know, that's what a lot of people say who like football, who watch football and everything. You know, they always say, "Oh, I'd like to be a footballer." And I'm sure the people who said that would, and if they were a footballer, would be doing it because they like football. They'd be doing it for passion. Obviously, you get the bonus of that. A lot of them get paid a lot of money, but you still want to have the passion for it. You still want to go on and win stuff. You potentially want to go on and sign for your boyhood club. You want to go on and win trophies with them. You want to just go somewhere and win trophy. That should be the main point of it. You want to be successful in what you do, and you want to be able to show something for it. You want to have some sort of career, or you want to show that you've had a good career or something like that. And that's what really annoys me when I see young players go over to Saudi. It's just the fact that they're only doing it for money. They obviously don't have any passion to stay somewhere and get a big move somewhere, or stay somewhere and, you know, build a reputation at a club or something like that. Like, it's just a bit ridiculous. Like, and even the older players who do it, older players can still stick around somewhere, or they can go maybe a lower league somewhere in England, in Europe, or they could go back to a boyhood club somewhere. Because then, yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't want to do that. Retire somewhere where you first started. It's quite a nice end to your career. I would have thought it's quite a nice story. You're going back to somewhere anyway. You're going to speak their language. You're most likely going to be welcomed by fans. You should have a nice experience then when you retire, instead of you're playing in a league that nobody really cares. Not a lot of people watch. The numbers for it are really low. They might have improved maybe recently. I'm not so sure, but still, you're going somewhere there's not loads and loads of people even watching it anyway. And even if you go over, you could be, depending on the country you're from as well, you could be limiting your chance to be playing for your country as well, because you could easily go over there potentially as from England, from Spain, so from a top country who's got lots of players to pick from in Europe. You could be going over there and just completely out of the limelight and completely losing your spot in the team. Is what could happen. Obviously, it don't happen all the time. Just look at Henderson. He's, much as I love him, much as he was at Liverpool, I don't know how he's still getting in the team at the moment. He shouldn't be. There should be other players getting in it, but that's the thing. It should easily be a case of he could easily be losing the spot because he's gone over to this league. And again, that's why would you not want to be playing for your country? Why would you not want to be doing something like that? It just makes no sense to me. And because I don't see them becoming a top league anyway. I don't think that would. I don't think that would happen. To be honest, I just can't see it. So yeah, I just don't understand it. It just really annoys. It's just something really weird, maybe a little bit weird, that just really annoys me. There's not a lot of things that do in football. I mean, there's other things like the refereeing and standard in England is so horrendous, but. Yeah, this is one thing. It's just especially when it's when it's a younger player. I think even older players it is a little bit annoying, because even I think I could even say Ronaldo in a way. I mean, he's still doing well there, but it would have been good. I feel like it would have been good if he was still in Europe, or even if he was back in Portugal and retired there. Could be something. It'd be a lot more respected, to be honest. And obviously he's getting picked for his country, but. Again, it's just that sort of thing. And then you see his contract recently leaked come out, and how much he's earning there as well. It's just, again, he don't need all of that at that point. He's been at Madrid for years. He's been at Juventus for however many years, and earning so much money there anyway. So it's not like he needs the paycheck. He's just doing it. It's an easier league, gets a lot of money for it, instead of still trying to give himself a bit of a legacy. Same as Messi, really. He would have been good if he stayed somewhere in Europe as well, instead of going to Inter Miami, because again, the MLS is a nothing league as well. But yeah, it's just weird. It's just weird how I see that, and it's a shame to. It is a bit annoying, because obviously you've seen that Firmino and Mane have gone over there, and then two massive players I loved at Liverpool. And it might not. It's not technically. I'm not saying it's everyone anyway. Every player who does that, it's just for money. I'm sure it's not, because I think some players wouldn't be. So I would even say that for Firmino, for Mane, they seem like genuine players who still want to be playing football and have the chance to play every game for their club, and that's what it could be for some of them, and that's fair enough if they do that. If you're still playing. You might not be able to play at a level in Europe, but you still want to be able to play football every week and stuff. Then fair enough if you're there, and that's what you're there for. But I think a lot of players, that's not the case. I just think it's a case of they get a lot of money, and they're playing in a league that's just too piss easy for them, and they're just getting their stats are just looking ridiculous in that type of league. And I think that's all they kind of care about. But could be wrong maybe for some of it, but. I don't know, that's just a bit of a rant I wanted about it, because it just annoys me. It just annoys me so much when I see these. It's just like they just completely have no passion for football, have no passion for wanting to make a name for yourself, really, because that's what a lot of people would want to do, and that's what I'd assume a lot of players would want to do. They would want to make a name for themselves in the sport, but I guess that maybe it's not for everyone, and some players are just about the money. But what can you do? But yeah, if players do that, players do that. Yeah, fair enough to them. But yeah, that's just a little rant I had. But anyway, thank you for listening. If you did, like, subscribe, and watch out for more videos in the future. Thank you, stay safe, and see you later.